Welcome to Above Par. I'm your host, Kathy Hartwood. I show you how to take more of your talent to the golf course without practicing harder, taking more lessons, or buying new equipment. I show you how to end the frustration of underperforming so you can start playing to your potential. This is where you are going to learn how to think above par so you can play below par. Let's get to it. Hello, my golf friend. Welcome back to Think Above Par. So today I want to talk about something that might ruffle some feathers a little bit, because I'm going to tell you about 3 things you've probably been doing for your mental game, things you were told would help that have actually been working against you. And I want to be clear, the people who told you these things meant well. Coaches, playing partners, Instagram. They were trying to help. But somewhere along the way, these ideas got repeated so many times that they started sounding like facts. I believed all 3 of them. I said them to myself constantly on tour. And I see my students doing the same thing, working really hard at advice that's quietly making things work. So let's fix that. 3 lies that golf taught you about the mental game. Let's go. Lie number 1, just stay positive, right? Just stay positive. Just say the positive things. Think good thoughts. I know, it sounds right. If negative thoughts hurt your game, positive thoughts must help it, right? So you repeat the affirmations. You tell yourself you're a great putter. You say, I've got this before a shot that scares you to death. And then nothing happens. There's no traction, no shift, just this hollow feeling like you're saying the right words, but your brain isn't buying any of it. Here's why. Forced positivity isn't a mental skill, it's a mask. When you tell yourself, I've got this, while your hands are shaking over a shot, your brain knows you're lying. It doesn't feel better, it feels fake. And that disconnect actually makes the anxiety worse, because now you've got the original fear plus the effort of trying to suppress it. I spent years telling myself I'm a great putter. On a scale of 1 to 10, my belief in that thought was about a 0. So my brain just spat it out every single time. Here's the truth. You don't need positive thoughts. You need useful ones. And those are not the same thing. A useful thought doesn't have to feel good. It just has to move you forward toward your preferred state, toward the shot. Less negative is progress. Neutral is progress. A thought you actually believe is progress. But pasting a positive thought over something your brain knows isn't true, that's not a mental skill. That's whipped cream on a problem. All right, lie number 2, don't think so much. Okay, this one. Someone in your group hits a bad shot and their playing partner says, you're overthinking it. Your coach says, just trust your swing. Stop thinking so much. And it seems obvious, right? We've all had those rounds where we were swinging freely and not thinking. And we've all had those rounds where we tightened up because we couldn't stop. So the conclusion seems clear. Thinking is the problem. Except try not thinking right now for 30 seconds. Go ahead. You can't do it. Monks who have practiced meditation for years can't fully do it. And the more you think, don't think so much, the more you're thinking about your thinking. It's like telling someone, don't think about blue elephants. What are you thinking about now? Here is what's actually happening when you swing freely. Your brain didn't go quiet. It got focused on something intentional, a target, a feeling, one clear thought. Instead of letting it go wherever it wants, which when you're nervous or anxious is exactly nowhere useful. The difference isn't less thinking, it's better thinking. A focused brain feels exactly like no thoughts at all. That's the feeling you're chasing. But the way you get there isn't by telling your brain to shut up. You give it one clear job, a target, a feeling, a power thought, and the noise clears on its own. That's a skill. Don't think so much is not a skill. It's a command your brain will ignore every time. Line number 3, confidence comes from playing well. This one I believed the most for the longest time. I was always on the range, always practicing, always working on my game because I believed that the better I got, the more confident I'd feel. And there's some truth in that. Building a skill does create certainty. But here's the trap. If confidence only comes from playing well, your mental game will always be a hostage to your results. Good round, confident. Bad round, shaky. doubtful, uncertain, which means on the days when you most need a strong mental game, when things are falling apart, you have the least of it because you gave it away. You handed it to the scorecard. And here's the other thing. Even your best rounds aren't perfectly consistent. Even the best players in the world hit bad shots. If your confidence requires perfect performance to survive, it will collapse the minute something goes wrong. And something always goes wrong eventually. Confidence isn't a reward for good performance. It's a practice, something you build deliberately, shot by shot, round by round, independent of outcome. You get to be confident even when your game isn't showing up. That's not delusion. That's a skill, and it's learnable. Let me give you an example where all three of these came to play at one time. Going to qualifying school for one of the tours is an experience. And the concept that I had to practice more to get confidence will wear you out. I hit so many balls, practice so hard, because it's almost like you're cramming for a final. You go to the range just desperate to find confidence on the range and in your shot making and your skill that just disappears the minute you hit one bad shot. During qualifying school, I had one nemesis hole that I talk about all the time that I just kept telling myself, it's fine. It's fine. That hole's fine. It's okay. You'll get through it. It's okay. I was BSing myself so badly. It did nothing for how I really truly felt about that hole. I thought it was working because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how to shift the thoughts I had about that one hole. All I knew was to just fake positivity, to BS my brain. But I hit 3 balls out of bounds on that hole on the 68th hole of qualifying school. Not good. No bueno. And I can promise you one thing for sure is that when you're that nervous and you're that scared and you want something so badly, like trying to qualify for one of the tours, your brain will overthink because you're in that state. And when you're trying to figure out what to do with all your thoughts and someone's telling you to stop overthinking, stop thinking about your swing, stop worrying about the golf course, you don't have a process to do that. Back then, if I had the process that I have now, when I played and went through Q school, my golf career would have taken a totally different path. So 3 lies, all of them well-meaning, all of them repeated so many times they sounded like facts. Just stay positive, don't think so much. Confidence comes from playing well. I believed all 3 of them. I said them to myself on the biggest stage of my career, and they didn't work. Not because I wasn't trying hard enough, but because they were never actually skills. Here's what actually works is a process. Not positive thinking, not an empty mind, not waiting for the scorecard to tell you you're allowed to feel good about your game. A repeatable, trainable process that gives your brain something real to do before a shot, after a shot, before a round, and after a round. That process is a skill, and skills can be learned. It's a lesson I learned from Q School. It's what I teach my students now, and it's what I've spent the last several months building into a complete system. So you don't have to figure it out the hard way like I did. But first, if this episode landed for you today, I want you to do one thing. Go take the quiz at quiz.mymentalcaddy.com. It's short, it's free. It'll show you exactly how many shots your mental game is costing you right now. The link is in the show notes. Go take it. And if this episode helped you, share it. Send it to your playing partner. Send it to your opponent. Leave a review if you have a second, because everybody deserves to play golf with a well-managed mind. All right, my friend, have a beautiful week, and I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye.